Coming up on Cedar Valley today, the Wartburg football team is headed to the playoffs after an undefeated season.
We take a look into the reality of voter fraud and how it plays a role across the country and across campus.
And 12 Wartburg students travel for an honor band concert. This is Cedar Valley Today.
Hello and welcome to Cedar Valley Today. I'm Ryan Riebenacker.
And I'm Sam Sides.
The Wartburg football team is headed to the playoffs.
I got a chance to get some reactions and thoughts on the team's success.
Knights 10-0 in the regular season for the first time since 2014.
The Wartburg Knights football team beat Nebraska Wesleyan 41-20 on Saturday, capping off what is now the 5th unbeaten regular season in program history. The Knights' 10-0 run includes an Iowa Conference championship, their first since 2014. Head coach Rick Willis says going undefeated is one of the toughest things to do in a league like the Iowa Conference, so a lot can be said about his players.
It's hard to do what we've done. The reason there's only been 5 undefeated, untied teams in the 82-year history of Wartburg football is because that's hard to do. And so it's a great credit to this group of guys that they were able to find a way to get that done.
Over a 10-game span, Wartburg's offense averaged nearly 40 points per game this season, but that's only half the success. On the defensive side of the ball, the Knights allowed only 15.2 points per game and took the ball away 22 times. Defensive captain Rob Rotler gives much of the credit to the front four.
I do the play calling out there, I get the signals from the coach, and then I got to make some adjustments with the guys, but the D-line has been really setting the tone for us as a defense. And, for me personally, that makes my job a whole lot easier.
With their impressive season, football claims the 3rd conference championship Wartburg has won this fall. For Cedar Valley Today, I'm Sam Sides. The Knights will play in the first round of the playoffs here at home on Saturday against Franklin College. Kickoff is set for noon for that one.
Voter fraud has been given increased attention lately, and some states are considering implementing some changes. Earlier this week, I went out on campus to gather some local opinions on voter fraud. Voter fraud is a relatively new problem in the United States, and while it gained some popularity over the course of the 2016 presidential election, there still seems to be a lot of mixed opinions as to what voter fraud is and how significant of a problem it is.
So basically, voter fraud, from what I've learned about it, it's just like a fear tactic that politicians or just candidates have used towards their party, just to kind of instill that idea that this is the main problem that we have, and so if we can overcome this, then we won't have to worry about it, and we'll definitely have a shot at winning whatever election it is.
While there are some who believe voter fraud is just another way to suppress voters, others feel it is a legitimate concern and something that American politicians should look into.
There was a lot of hate towards the president we have now, and that did incite a lot of potential for people to commit voter fraud.
One of the more popular changes being considered by lawmakers across the country is the requirement for voters to present some form of ID in order to cast their ballot.
Yeah, I think it is reasonable to ask people for their IDs just to make sure that they are of age and they are American citizens, and just to make sure that they're the person who is actually voting. So I don't think it's unreasonable to ask for IDs.
I feel like it could help, and if this shows that it's a good key and there's avoidance of voter fraud or the catching of people attempting voter fraud, it can really maybe spread across the country and help for later elections, for anything in general.
Reporting for Cedar Valley Today, I'm Ryan Riebenacker. To learn more about voter ID laws and voter registration in Iowa, visit the Iowa voter registration page so you can keep up to date on this topic.
12 Wartburg students were selected for an intercollegiate honor band. Cedar Valley Today's Jonah Cruzy has more on that story.
On Friday, November 17th, 12 of Wartburg's best band members are traveling to Nevada, Iowa, along with other band members from around the state to perform a special honor band concert happening on Saturday, November 18th.
So this honor band that we're going to is a concert band that consists of people that were nominated by various schools around Iowa this year.
They plan to leave bright and early Friday morning, then arrive to have sectionals and rehearsals, sometimes breaking for lunch and rest. Then at night, they'll have to find some places to stay. Then Saturday consisting of more rehearsals, a dress rehearsal, and finally, the concert.
Not only is there a plan, but a lot of people have to butt their heads and come together to make that plan happen, executively.
The process itself is simple. The people within the band were chosen to be nominated and were asked if they were interested in joining. The director of the band then sends in a playing audition and a good word for the member, and the organization will make a decision of who will be accepted.
First time that we've had this many nominations and this many nominations all get accepted.
There is also a guest director who will be conducting the concert, but it is a mystery of who will be at the moment, but it's someone that no one has played under before.
So it's a really neat experience for both the conductor and the players because it's a brand new experience full of great players.
Reporting for Cedar Valley Today, I'm Jonah Cruzy.
Congratulations to those 12. That's a really cool thing. And the weather has been pretty cool lately as well. We'll go to Ryan for that. What does it look like?
Thanks, Sam. It's looking like it's actually going to be rather warm, but also cloudy and windy over the next 4 days. Wednesday, we're going to see some wind and clouds. High, still pretty high though, 46 degrees, low of 23. Thursday, going to lose that wind, is going to stay cloudy. We're going to stay probably above freezing still though. Friday, it's going to be a little bit more rainy. High's going to go back up there, 47 degrees is your high with 33 as your low. And then Saturday, we're going to tip off the weekend with a little bit colder temperatures. Wind is going to come back. It's going to be a high of 38 degrees and a low of 20. Sam, back to you.
Thanks, Ryan. The Wartburg wrestling team hits the mats tonight for their first home meet, but there's one person that will not be suiting up, and he's one of their best. Cedar Valley Today's Tyler French has more on senior Eric DeVos.
Winning a national championship is the dream of most college athletes, but few ever get to accomplish it. Eric DeVos is one of those few. The former University of Iowa transfer spent the beginning of his Wartburg career away from wrestling, but decided a few years ago to make the return to the mat, something he has not regretted.
It just made me hungry again, and I really just started having fun with the sport again and falling back in love with it. And it's the best decision I've ever made is wrestling here at Wartburg.
In his time with the program, DeVos is a two-time All-American and was a 2017 national champion in the 174-pound weight class, a moment that head coach Eric Keller says he could not have been happier for him in after DeVos fell just short in the 2016 finals.
Just total joy for him. And I knew how much it meant to him. I knew inside, and it was total joy.
Wartburg has also won 2 team national championships in DeVos' career, and Keller says it's due in large part to DeVos' work ethic and what he brings to the team.
He's a guy that, every day comes in with a great attitude, every day is fired up, and you can't help but get fired up when you're around him, and like I said, that affects our team.
After so much success, DeVos has been forced to spend the beginning of this season on the sidelines due to only having a semester of eligibility left. And Keller says his presence is definitely missed.
There's definitely a void, and we feel that void. We felt it right away. We felt that from the day we started.
The first meet of the year for DeVos will come at the Desert Duels in December, and he is anxious to rejoin the team that he has become so close with.
Getting to come in here every day, like I said, and wrestle with these guys and just be a part of something and really just, I don't know, it's like family.
For Cedar Valley Today, I'm Tyler French.
Although DeVos will not be wrestling tonight, he will still be cheering on his team when they take on the Simpson Storm in Levick Arena tonight at 7 p.m. Coverage of the meet will be on Night Vision, so be sure to catch that. When we come back, we'll be looking at the upcoming Justice League film. Stick around.
Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you're beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
I even have the army on my team.
all the kind comments and brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Thanks.
Following the summer success of Wonder Woman, the Justice League arrives in theaters to face a global threat. CNN's Rick Damigella has a preview.
How many of you are there? Not enough.
Ben Affleck's Batman is on a mission in the highly anticipated superhero team-up Justice League. The movie arrives just months after Wonder Woman saved the summer box office.
I started to shoot Justice League literally the day after I wrapped on Wonder Woman, so for me there was absolutely no transition. I continued portraying the same character but with different crew and cast members, and it's been a very enjoyable experience.
The world needs Superman.
Despite his death in Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, the Man of Steel is a part of this movie.
Superman, in this film, is an ideal. He's a concept, he's an idea. And he always has been that. But because of his incredible powers, and because he was as ever-present as he could be, it wasn't quite recognized until he died.
Organic and biomechatronic body parts. He's a cyborg.
The team Batman unites includes Cyborg and Aquaman.
We're both definitely, we have a lot in common, don't we?
We do, yeah. Both Arthur Curry and Cyborg are living sort of half lives. Cyborg is half man, half machine.
Half Atlantean, half human.
And the Flash.
Stop right there. I'm in.
You are?
Yeah, I need friends.
Despite the doomsday scenario, the film finds light amongst the darkness.
I like the way that there's natural levity brought to the film just by nature of it being a film about a group dynamic. Like, that stuff, when you're struggling in a group, in a family, on a team, even in the hardest sometimes the hardest situations do become the funniest.
He said the age of heroes would never come again.
It has to.
In Gotham City, I'm Rick Damigella.
Justice League is the latest entry in the DC Extended Universe, and fans will get the next installment just over a year from now when Aquaman surfaces.
Well, for those of us who like to go back for seconds and even thirds on Thanksgiving, things just got a little bit easier. Stovetop Stuffing has designed these fashionable unisex pants with an elastic waistband. An image of the stuffing is placed high and it fits right over the top of your belly. Stovetop says it wants to allow people to enjoy more of Thanksgiving in comfort and style. These pants will cost you about $20 while supplies last. And the pants might not be super flattering, but they are for a good cause. Stovetop is donating $10,000 of the proceeds to the Feeding America charity.
One man in Japan says he has come up with a material that is cheaper than paper and friendlier to the environment. CNN's Will Ripley has more.
Don't you dare call it paper. Nobuyoshi Yamasaki is adamant that his material, made from limestone and not trees, is completely different.
Limex is a revolutionary new material born from stone, which would take place of paper and plastic all over the world from now on.
That might sound ambitious, but here's why Yamasaki thinks it'll actually work. Limex starts with, well, limestone, which is then crushed into a fine powder, then mixed with a type of polymer, then it's rolled out into sheets, like traditional paper. Yamasaki says this process is more sustainable because there's no water involved, and limestone is an abundant, low-cost resource.
For Limex, it's important to be both economical and ecological. We can save 98% more water in the process of Limex paper compared to making regular paper.
As for the finished product, it looks like this. It can be used flat or molded into shapes. You can write or print on it just like normal paper, but it's water resistant. It's also durable and really hard to tear.
Japan has been contributing to the world as a high-tech nation for a long time. So with our technology from Japan, we also want to keep challenging innovation and create industries and employment by collaborating with companies all over the world.
Will Ripley, CNN, Tokyo.
When we come back from the break, we're going to take a look at what is trending in the Cedar Valley. Keep it here, folks.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your closet. Still no jobs? Just more stuff? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Here's what's trending in the Cedar Valley. This coming weekend, Cedar Falls Downtown will be hosting Downtown Ingredients. This event serves as a way to shop for all of the right ingredients for whatever it is you want to make this holiday season. Throughout the event, you'll even get some recipes for some cool, fun new things from the places you visit. For more details on what businesses are participating, just go to the Facebook event page. It has a whole list for them right there. Hawkeye Community College will be hosting a Culture Fest later today. The event will take place at 11 a.m. and will serve as an opportunity for people to sample foods and view different artifacts from many different regions across the world. The event will take place at 11 a.m. in the Brock Student Center, and entry will be free. Going from now until 3 p.m., Wartburg College is holding an online college fair for international students. The Wartburg Global Admissions team will be speaking to prospective students live and answering any questions that they may have. If you're looking for some help filling out your application or need some advice on financial aid and finding scholarships, or simply just want to hear more about campus life, this is a good thing for you. Erin Jones was named third-team All-American for her efforts throughout the volleyball season. She finished last year as an honorable mention and ended this season with her second straight Iowa Conference MVP title, an All-NCAA regional tournament team spot, and has an official standing as an All-American. Her .354 hitting percentage was good for first in the conference throughout the year. Now we'll take it over to Ryan for the weather. What's it looking like out there?
Well, Sam, looking at your hourly forecast, it's going to be kind of warm to start off your day, and then as we move in to the later hours, we're going to see it cool off quite a bit. Going to start off at 9 a.m. It's going to be a little windy this morning. 41 degrees is your high, but it's probably going to feel more like 32 with that wind chill. Moving on to about noon, 12 o'clock, we're going to see 41 degrees is your high, and then 32 degrees is what it's going to feel like. 3 o'clock then, the sun's going to come out quite a bit more. 37 degrees is going to be your high, 27 is what it's going to feel like. Will be above freezing. And then 6 o'clock, clouds are going to come in, and we're going to see the temperatures dip quite a bit. Now for a look at your 7-day forecast, then temperatures throughout your 7-day forecast are going to be up and down here. Wednesday, it's going to be rather windy throughout the entire day. 46 degrees is your high, 23 is the low. Thursday and Friday, moving on into the weekend, we're going to see some more clouds and rain. Highs in the mid-40s. Moving on into your weekend, Saturday, we're going to see that wind pick back up. 38 degrees is your high, 20 is your low. And then Sunday and Monday both picking up temperature, especially going into Monday, but very, very sunny, and that'll be nice, especially moving into the end of November. And then Tuesday, we're going to end off this 7-day forecast with 36 degrees is your high, partly cloudy, 22 is your low. And then we're going to toss it back over to Sam.
Thanks, Ryan, and thank you guys for watching Cedar Valley Today this morning. Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. Have a great day, Cedar Valley.